We're here at Red Bull Battlegrounds, the North America Regional Finals, and I'm joined by XSK Samurai. How's it going, man?
It's going very good. I just lost though, so.
Okay. I think you put on a valiant attempt. You were just shy of making it to top 8, so.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me a bit, like, how did you first get into Street Fighter?
Well, I first saw the Daigo Perry video.
Okay, Evo Moment 37, yeah.
And I played Third Strike, and I wasn't very good at it. And then Street Fighter 4 came out, and that's when I kind of started playing more.
Okay. So. Was like Street Fighter, like, which is your favorite version of Street Fighter?
Maybe CVS 2, I think. CVS 2 or Super Turbo, one of my favorites.
Did you play Ryu as part of your team in CVS 2?
No, I played Team John Choi.
Oh, okay. Okay. You wanted to win, basically. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. How did you get your player name?
So I watched a lot of anime when I was little.
Okay.
I watched Rurouni Kenshin. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
I've definitely heard of it.
And Kenshin was taken. This is when I played StarCraft at Battle.net, and so I decided to just change my name to Samurai.
Okay. And what's the XSK bit about? So
XSK is from I used to play Dota competitively for about 6 years, Dota 1.
Okay.
And the team that we had was Zero Skill. Just a fun little clan. So that's it.
So you've been in like the esports scene even longer than you've been in Street Fighter.
I guess before it was bigger. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, cool. Why did you play Ryu in Street Fighter 5?
Daigo played Ryu, and so I thought to copy him at first, but I realized that it was a very good mistake because there was a lot of videos of him, so I can study him, and also he teaches you the game properly. So no matter what game I play, I know to search for the Ryu of the game.
Okay.
So.
Would you say like, Daigo Umehara is like the player you respect the most, or?
There's not really a player that I respect the most right now because I'm trying to beat them.
Okay, but it definitely inspired you to play the game. Okay. So in this tournament, you lost to Justin and Alucard. What did you learn from those 2 defeats?
That I'm not strong in those matchups anymore. It's one of those things where you lose, and then you live, then you learn. And so I know what to work on when I go home.
What do you think about the Ryu and Balrog matchup?
I think definitely Balrog wins, but of course there are some things that I need to do better.
Okay. Do you think you can still, is it that just like Balrog shuts down the fireball pressure with his V skill, or can you still apply the fireball? Or?
You can apply it, but not as sneakily as I want to.
Okay.
But it's still a tool that you have to use, but you cannot.
Okay.
So.
Ryu generally tends to feel like one of the most complete characters in this game. That being said, do you think Capcom should make any changes?
For Ryu?
Yeah.
I hope they don't, but it's most likely they're gonna either nerf him some way, somehow.
What do you think they might change in terms of like turning him down a bit?
Probably his damage. They'll probably nerf his damage, which is kind of sad because Ryu is always a character that once he gets in, he does big damage. But over the course of maybe Street Fighter 4 all the way to Super, he's always had nerfs in his damage and whatever reason. So,
how would you say your kind of like style of Ryu compares to like players like Daigo and Takedo?
Well, I do study those players, and I try to adopt what I feel is most beneficial for my playstyle. And Daigo and Takedo, they have strengths and weaknesses in certain matchups. The same thing with me too.
Yeah.
So I have to kind of collectively absorb and use what they know to my advantage.
Okay. Are there ever any other like Ryu players in the US that you kind of like look out for?
There's Ryu players are kind of scarce in the United States, which is kind of funny because he's so common.
Yeah.
He's a very easy character to look at and to play, but in the long run, he's a very masterful character. He's very hard to master.
Okay.
And so I think there's only like Oliver Queen.
I've definitely heard.
I've heard of him, and then I think I don't know if does Air count? Kenny?
Yeah.
He's Canadian.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't really know. Oh, and also Youssef. Youssef, he's I don't know where he's from, but he's very strong. He plays sort of like a Daigo style Ryu. He's very good.
And Street Fighter history, there's obviously been a lot of different characters. If any of like one of the old school like Street Fighter characters was to return, is there anyone that might tempt you away from like Ryu if like another character like from Street Fighter history returned to this game?
Unfortunately, no. I like to
You're literally Ryu for life. Okay.
Yeah, I like to throw Hadoukens.
Okay. Fair enough. What do you do for fun when you're not playing Street Fighter?
I like to eat.
Okay, you're a bit of a foodie.
Yeah, I like to eat. I like to explore and taste different foods.
Okay. So. Are you a good cook yourself?
I try to.
What's like your like signature dish?
So my signature dish is eggs. I can make really good eggs.
Eggs Benedict, scrambled eggs,
No,
like fried.
Just a good old fried egg.
Okay, that's considering like how easy it is to get like a hold of like eggs from the supermarket, that's a pretty good skill to have. Okay, cool. So final question then, how would you like to see Street Fighter V and the CPT evolve next year?
I definitely want it to be bigger, and I want players to actually approach the game in a more natural way. Some players are sort of pushed away from the game because the execution barrier. Games like League of Legends and maybe even Overwatch, you click, you press the buttons, and you move your character. But in this game, similar to Tekken, if you cannot move your character, it's a handicap. It's an entry to barrier.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, like when Capcom developed this game, they tried to like lower the barrier of like an entry a bit by like taking away one from leaks and all this kind of like stuff. Do you think that's enough to get like increase the player base with younger players, or they need to go further than that?
Yes and no, but I mean, there's really not much else you can do in terms of controlling the character and making it easier, unless you have one button specials, which would be, I think that would hurt the game more than it would help.
Okay.
So.
Well, thanks very much for talking to me, man. Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool.